As we age, our bodies go through various changes that can affect our physical capabilities and overall well-being. This is why it's important for people to maintain a regular workout routine to stay fit, prevent disease, and enhance our quality of life. However, not all exercises are created equal, especially as we get older. But in this video, I'll share the 6 best exercises tailored for people over the age of 35. These exercises are designed to help build or maintain muscle and strength while also preventing injuries. And be sure to stay tuned to see how you can combine these exercises into your weekly routine. So, let's jump right in. Exercise 1. Parallel grip pull-downs. Unlike the traditional pull-down, the parallel grip pull-down puts less strain on the shoulders, wrists, and elbows. And because older lifters tend to experience more nagging injuries such as tennis elbow, using a traditional grip where your hands are in a pronated position may cause more pain or discomfort, while switching to a more neutral grip can minimize this pain, making it easier to do these vertical pulling movements. As far as grip width is concerned, using a narrower grip often leads to less pain if there are existing issues in the shoulders, elbows, biceps, or wrists. Personally, I recommend experimenting with different grip widths to see what's most comfortable for you. Now, if you're worried that a parallel grip won't be as effective, consider this 2016 study which compared 3 different pull-down grips. While they found that the pronated grip resulted in significantly greater muscle activation in the mid-traps compared to the neutral grip, they concluded that all 3 grips produced similar strength adaptations when implemented in a resistance training setting. In other words, you'll still effectively engage your lats and other major back muscles by using a parallel grip, making it not just more comfortable, but just as effective as well. Next up is the machine hack squat. This is an exercise great for building and strengthening the lower body, without putting too much pressure on your lower back and hips. So, if for any reason you've noticed that the squat is causing discomfort, it may be time to consider this alternative. And if you're afraid that this machine variation won't be as effective, don't be. You see, most muscles grow due to resistance, which can come from bands, machines, or free weights. So, unless you're a professional powerlifter committed to the back squat, feel free to switch things up. The beauty of the hack squat is that the pad fully supports your head to your hips as you move up and down. And because this machine is equipped with a parallel grip for your hands, you'll put less stress on your shoulders and wrists than you would with the traditional barbell squat. Experiment with different foot widths to see what feels most comfortable. A narrower stance targets the quadriceps more than the glutes and hamstrings, but it'll also add more pressure to your knees, while a wider stance will shift more of the focus to the hamstrings and glutes. Another alternative if you suffer from knee pain is to place your feet further forward, as this angle removes pressure from the knees. If you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe to support the channel. Exercise 3 is the machine shoulder press. Ideally, these machines will have angled or rotating grips that allow you to shoulder press without your hands in a fixed front-facing position. Having the hands angled slightly inwards or even totally parallel will reduce any potential discomfort in the shoulders if previous pain or injuries exist. Now, this is also easily achieved using dumbbells, where you also have to stabilize the weight, which is great for your shoulder mobility. So, if you prefer to use dumbbells, that's totally fine. That said, for older lifters, a machine allows you to shoulder press without having to worry about the weight staying on the correct pressing path, which could become difficult with dumbbells as you age and flexibility decreases. The machine variation also makes it far safer to train heavy or perform sets to failure. Coming up soon, a great exercise for hip mobility. But next is the chest-supported lateral raises. As men age, their testosterone levels decrease. One of the main effects of decreased testosterone is decreased muscle, which is most easily seen in the broadness or lack of broadness of the shoulders. One way to maintain broad masculine shoulders is to incorporate lateral raises into your routine. Although you may already be including some type of dumbbell lateral raise, there are a few adjustments that can be made to ensure we further emphasize the mid-delts. For example, let's look at the traditional dumbbell lateral raise. The further in front of the body the dumbbell is, the more involvement we get from the front delt. This is why it's imperative that we do our best to raise the dumbbell directly at our side. That said, even when we're raising the dumbbell directly at our sides, the front delt is still bearing a good deal of the load. This is why most experts recommend externally rotating the shoulder and leaning slightly forward. Not only will this put your shoulders in a safer position, but it'll also shift most of the load to the mid-delts. And if you want to minimize the chance of cheating and further isolate the mid-delts, I recommend a chest-supported version where you're using an incline bench for support. Another tip with this exercise is to not raise your arms more than 90 degrees, as once you do so, the front delt becomes more active again. I recommend raising the dumbbells until they are just below parallel to the floor, lifting them up at an angle slightly anterior to the body. Exercise 5 is the dumbbell sumo squat. While this is a squat variation, the stance width and execution make this exercise more of a hip hinge movement, making it a great posterior chain builder. And while it still does target the quads to a significant degree, it does so without putting pressure on the knees. Not only that, but the sumo squat requires a wide stance and an emphasis on hip movement, which can help improve flexibility in the hips and groin. And because it strengthens the hips and thighs, it does a great job of improving mobility, thus reducing the risk of injury. So, whether you want to go heavy or light, use dumbbells, kettlebells, or your own body weight, the sumo squat is a great addition to your lower body training routine as you age. Coming up soon, I will share that example routine combining all of these exercises. The sixth exercise is the supported dumbbell rows. This horizontal pulling exercise will add thickness to your back and strengthen muscles that will improve your posture, all without putting stress on your lower back. And while this exercise isn't complicated, here are a few tips you can use to make it a bit more effective. First, allow the dumbbells to hang at the bottom of each repetition. This will ensure your back is in a fully stretched position at the bottom, allowing you to train through a full range of motion. Second, begin each reps by retracting the scapula and engaging your back. Initiating the movement this way will ensure you're using your back and not overly engaging your biceps at the start of the movement. And lastly, maintain a loose grip and think about driving your elbows back. This cue will help keep the back muscles engaged without shifting the focus to your arms. So there you have it, the 6 best exercises for people over 35. But now how can you add these exercises to your routine? I would recommend a 2-day split, where you include the machine hack squat and dumbbell sumo squat on one day to target your lower body. And then on another day do the parallel grip pull downs, shoulder press, lateral raises and dumbbell rows to target your upper body. Aim for 3 to 4 sets of each exercise, doing 8 to 10 reps each time. Be sure to always warm up and stretch before doing these exercises. Please like and subscribe, and watch this next video on screen here to learn the best anti-aging stretches.